Alright guys, back out here at the range again. Got a Ruger SR1911 Lightweight Commander. This is the most recent acquisition of mine, and this will actually be the first shots I take with it right here. So let's get started. Now if you know anything about these, there's not a whole lot of videos out there that I've found. There's more videos on the regular 1911 that Ruger makes with the all steel frame. This one has an aluminum alloy frame, and I'll get into some more detail when we break it down later on. But there is a titanium insert for the feed ramp that helps with loading, of course, and helps not to damage the frame. I had been looking for a 1911, kept going back and forth on a Springfield or a Ruger, and my buddy Junk Food Zombie, if you've watched any of his videos, you've seen his 1911. He's got the all steel Commander version, and he and I will be doing a collaboration video at some point in the near future, comparing the two, showing the differences and similarities. They're both great guns. Both Series 70 designed on the slides, no firing pin block, anything like that. And that was one of my big concerns when looking for a 1911. I wanted the Series 70 slide and GI style guide rod. So let's take a few more shots here and get into the review. So I'm carrying this pistol in a Blackhawk Serpa style holster. Well, it's not style, it is a Blackhawk Serpa holster. It's the CQC model. It's the next step above the Sportster. When you get the CQC, it comes with the paddle and the belt attachment. I've got the paddle attachment on right now. I don't know that I'll ever use the belt. The paddle seems more comfortable to me, holds it closer to the body. So let's take a few shots here, see how it does accuracy wise. Now the recoil on this one is not too bad at all. Not what I expected it would be with the light frame. I may be wrong, and correct me if I am. I believe this frame is 7 ounces lighter than the standard all steel model. So you do get a little bit of weight savings there. And one thing I have noticed, when you got the pistol disassembled and you're holding just the frame, it does feel a lot like a polymer gun. You get that real, it's like it should not be this light. You get that kind of feeling. So let's take a few more shots here. Turn you around so you can see the target, what I'm shooting at. It's a very high-tech target. Made it myself. And I'll be shooting at the bottom left corner for this one. And I'm standing about 7 yards back. Okay, you see that group there, it's pretty tight. Had a couple of flyers there, but at 7 yards, it's pretty accurate. Did have one issue. I had the slide not locked back on the last round. I've not even put 2 full magazines through this gun yet, so I'm gonna chalk that up to break-in period. I did break it down completely, lube it up pretty good. And I am using the stock Ruger magazines. I'll probably get some, I don't know, Chip McCormick, maybe some Wilson Combat. I've heard very good things about those. But as far as these Ruger mags go, I mean, they're smooth. Followers seem well lubricated, if you can call it that. They just seem smooth. And one other thing that may have been the issue, when I'm holding the gun, I have a thumbs forward. I may have had my thumb back here. I don't know. I'll kind of watch out for that on the next couple mags. See how it does here. Now one other thing that specifically led me to this particular model, the lightweight, is you get the two-tone design there. When I was looking at others, I looked at a couple Springfields, and I did like the all black design. Not really a huge fan of the all stainless, of the all steel Ruger 1911s. So I do like the contrast with this one. And for these shots on the target here, I'm using some Federal aluminum ammo. I just wanted to see how it run with that. I'm used to shooting 9mm pistol, and if you're familiar with 45, brass case stuff can be kind of expensive. The first few shots I took with it were brass, and I picked those up from Freedom Munitions on a Black Friday sale they had. They were offering free shipping, no minimum on any order, and 5% off across the board. So I got some 9, 45, and a couple hex mags. They were running the hex mags on sale. You got $2 off the regular price on hex mag. So $10 for a 30-round hex mag, especially in today's climate with not knowing what Obama's going to do with this executive action stuff. I figured I better pick a few of those up. So we're going to take a few shots for the aluminum stuff here. I'll zoom back in on the target, and we'll see how it does. Alright, now this is the Federal aluminum case, 45, 230 grain, 7 yards. Alright, so you can see with the aluminum stuff, the group opened up just a little bit. And I don't know if that's the ammo, might be me, could be a multitude of factors. But it ran flawlessly, slide locked back this time. So let's put another mag in, see how it does. This time I'll be shooting on the right side. And one thing I am going to have to train myself to do, especially I may add this to my carry rotation at times. I'm not going to put this in an inside the waistband holster. I've got the Serpa holster, but on real cold days when I'm wearing a jacket, I'll definitely have this on me. Maybe even the Glock 26 too. And slide lock back again perfectly. Magazine's empty. And that group there did pretty good. Pretty happy with the aluminum stuff so far. And even at 7 yards, this pistol is very, very accurate. And as far as the recoil goes, it's comparing this to the full steel 1911 that Ruger offers, it's not that much different. It's a little more of a push back in the hand. But with the ergonomics and the full beaver tail grip you get there, very, very shootable. I would not feel apprehensive whatsoever carrying this and worrying about being able to hit my target. The only thing I have to do is train myself to that safety. Been used to carrying a Glock, so a little bit different, but with the 1911, I wouldn't be concerned so much as having a safety. I've mentioned before that I'm not a big fan of safeties on my carry guns, but I may borrow Junk Food Zombies SR9C to show a point here. But on the 1911, that safety is big, very positive. It's back here where you can get a good grip on it. But with a lot of these small polymer carry guns that are striker fired, function just like a Glock or Springfield XD that have safeties, or even like the Smith & Wesson, some of those, the safety is way in the back and so small that in a self-defense scenario you could very, very easily miss it. And I know some people like those guns, never put the safety on, but that's just another variable that you have to train yourself to, and should you have to use it in a quick self-defense scenario. And talking with Junk Food Zombie about his SR9C, he does actively sweep the safety off anytime he would pull his gun, whether it's on or not. So If you train for it, it's there, know how to use it, and you should be alright. But for me personally, that's just a variable I'd rather not have to deal with, having a small safety. And I have trained myself and working continuously when I pick up this gun, put my thumb on top of the safety to be ready to go into action should I need to. Alright, I've just got to give a quick shout out here to Freedom Munitions. It's just good stuff. This is a box of 45 I got from the Black Friday sale. I got this 5 boxes for under $13 a box. I think it came out to about $12.50 with free shipping. They do offer free shipping promos from time to time, and they do have a daily deal. They'll usually run something 3 to 5% off. So I got this under $13 a box for brass case. Never had any issues with them. It's all good stuff. It is remanufactured. And this stuff here, just some 9 that I bought from them back in October, came in a pink bordered box. They support breast cancer. I forget how much, but a certain portion of the proceeds from all these boxes went for breast cancer research. So, I mean, good company, affordable, good quality ammo for target practice, and they support good causes. They also sell lower quality line. Well, I don't want to say quality, cosmetic blemishes, which I've never really been able to tell what the blemish is. This blaster stuff, you can get it even more reasonable, and it's all good quality, no issues with primers. Maybe just the case is a bit discolored, something, but it's good stuff. Okay, now we're back from the range. Ruger did excellent today. There was only one issue with it. This magazine that I've got marked with some blue tape here, it seemed to be happening most with this one, and only after you're shooting, but of course it locked the slide back now. When we were shooting, the slide was not wanting to lock back, and it happened no matter what type of ammo I was shooting, whether it was the aluminum case Federal or the brass case Freedom Munitions stuff I had. And it really seemed about 90% of the time to only happen with this. And I will probably call Ruger about that. They have excellent customer service, as I've explained before in other videos. But I imagine they might send me another magazine or ask me to send that one in. They'll swap it out. But this gun performed flawlessly as far as feeding and ejecting. And the sights pretty much right on where they need to be. I was hitting pretty good. And one thing I can tell is the gun has smoothed up a little bit. With having this alloy frame, it's got a little bit of a texture to it, a little bit of a grittiness, and that makes it not quite as smooth just yet as other Ruger 1911s I've handled. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, we shot it quite a bit, got it pretty dirty. I put about just a little over 100 rounds through it today, between aluminum and brass case ammo, even a little bit of steel. Altogether, probably about 125, 130 rounds we put through it, and it did just fine. And so I figured I would make a little follow-up after the range video here while I break it down and clean it. I did say I would show you some of the internals, give over a little more detail. And this 1911 breaks down like any other standard 1911. Ruger does include a bushing wrench, but I don't think you really need it. I mean, you can use it if you want to, but the bushing is not on here super tight. And one thing about this bushing, it is cut from the same bar stock of steel as is the slide. I really don't know a whole lot of advantages to that, but it is what it is. Maybe more accuracy. Now, once disassembled, one thing I have noticed about this gun and Junk Food Zombie was with me at the range today, he and his wife. This frame is just insanely light, super light. It just, the way he described it, it feels like a potato chip. There's nothing to it. And that just goes to show, you know, what this gun was made for, what it's marketed for is carry, and it does that well. So let's clean her up here a little bit. Now, as I said, we just put about less than 150 rounds through it, and there's a couple things I'm going to do to this gun to maybe smooth it out, help smooth out the action a little more. One of those being Militech. Junk Food Zombie gave me a little bottle of Militech. He's a big fan of that. He has used that on his 1911. He's also got the Commander size, but his is the all steel version. And the action on it is just buttery smooth. Get these lugs here. And it didn't get gunked up too bad, but shooting steel case, and I'm not sure of the quality of powder that Freedom Munitions uses on their stuff, but it's good quality stuff, but it may be a little bit dirty. Let's wipe off the end of it here. Yeah, one thing I always like to do with my gun parts and barrels and whatnot, soak them down with some ballistol here. Now, I've been using ballistol for about a year now. Previous to that, I was using the CLP. I still use it on occasion for certain things. Alright, wipe down the frame here. Now, one thing of particular importance, if you are looking for a 1911, especially in the lightweight variety, no matter what size, whether it be Commander, compact, some of them, not all, will have something on the feed ramp there. This is a titanium insert that Ruger has put in there to help aid in feeding and prevent the bullets, especially hollow points specifically, from beating up the feed ramp there. So I didn't have any issues with that today. Everything I put in it fed just fine. I haven't got any hollow points to run through yet. I've got some coming from FedEx, hopefully sometime in the near future, when they can find the package that they have seemed to lost. So got everything sprayed down, wiped off. And one thing, I did get to shoot this gun and the full steel 1911 that Junk Food Zombie brought. And this one, the recoil, it's there. You can definitely feel it. It's just a little bit more of a push. I seem to feel it more right here in the web of my hand than anything. But it, you know, even with the weight difference between this one and the full steel gun, it's not too bad. It's still very shootable in a self-defense situation. Once I get the magazine issue straightened out, I would not feel inadequate carrying this at all, even with its low round capacity by modern standards. So the barrel should be okay to scrub through now. Now, before I actually carry this gun, I will probably want to put at least 200 more rounds through it, just to see how it does before I feel comfortable carrying it. As you all know, I'm a big fan of the Glock 26 for a carry gun, but it is nice to change it up every now and then, add a little variety, have something in a 45 to carry. Alright, now we'll run a few patches through the barrel. Now if you're in the market for one of these guns, I believe the MSRP on them is $7.99 or $8.99, and even at that is a good value for what you get in this gun. As Jim and I were talking at the range today, the mainspring housing on here, it's all steel. And you get a gun like a $1,200–$1,400 Kimber, and some of those will have a plastic housing. Now that's not a huge issue. You know, if you're not going into combat, that's nothing to really worry about. But still, for that kind of money, you would expect a little bit better quality materials to go into it. Okay, got her all cleaned up here, and we'll reassemble. Now one thing, the sights on here, I did mention they were pretty much on. They are Novak low mount carry sights. Great sights. I'll probably keep those sights on here. I wouldn't mind having some night sights eventually, but I do like these sights. I doubt I will ever carry this gun in the summer. It's a little too bulky for summer carry, even though it is, you know, just a standard Commander lightweight model. Clean off the bushing here, and then we'll be ready to reassemble. Come on. There we go. And if you've never owned a 1911 before, they are a little bit more, I don't want to say difficult, but more involved in the disassembly and reassembly as, say, a Glock. But it's nothing major. One thing I do like about this gun, it would be very difficult for me to get the idiot scratch in there, is the plunger here. It's got a stiff spring, but it's not too bad, and I can just pop it back in and put your plunger back in, and you're all reassembled and good to go. Now some of you may have noticed I did not put any extra lube or anything on here. That's mainly just for video purposes. I will be doing the Militech treatment on this later. So, but there's still some excess grease that I put in there earlier in ballistol. So hopefully that'll get it smoothed out. Yep. So if you're looking for a lightweight 1911 carry gun for the price and features that this thing offers, you just can't go wrong. And guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. And I've also got, hang on just a second here, did mention in another video that I would have another pistol in for review. Just a little preview of it right here. CZ75B Omega trigger. This is just a sweet little gun. Very smooth action here. So stay tuned. I'll probably have the video up for this one in the next few weeks, depending on with the holiday schedule coming up and everything, when I can get out to the range and get some video on it. But yeah, this probably value gun of the century right here. For the quality that it is a top-notch quality pistol. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.